in my clock, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols. Reaming my body, clothing no issue. Bitch, you look sick, you need a tissue. You drop a body, I just might bless you. I'm metrosexual.
Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's Wraith here, back with another video. Now, in today's video, I'm basically going to be talking about how to win more fights or win more gunfights inside of Fortnite. So now, basically, in today's game, it is so important to know how to get as many kills as possible and win as many fights as possible. Because if you're not winning early game fights or mid game fights, you're not making it to the end game and you're not getting that win for tournaments. Just showing off to your friends that you got a high kill win, or whatever the case is, right? You need to be able to win as many fights as possible and consistently as you possibly can. So if you're looking forward to this video, make sure you slap a like button on it, comment what you want to see for a future video, hit that subscribe button, and you guys already know, make sure to use creator code WraithFN in the item shop to show your support to me, and let's get right into the video. So for the first tip I'm going to do, and this is probably the most important one in my opinion, is you have to be the one engaging in the fight and doing as much damage as possible. So we're going to talk about this one for a good minute here, just because I think it is so important to win as many fights as you possibly can. So basically the reason I say this is because if you're, you can be like winning fights just even if you take 20-30 damage off the bat, but trust me, it is so much easier to win a fight or kill people or just consistently do well if you're the one being aggressive and you're the one dealing damage first. So basically, to explain this, if you hit someone with your AR for 75 damage or 60 damage, or you snipe someone for a body shot for 105 damage, what 95% of players are going to do is they're just going to try and heal to the best of their ability. They're going to try and pop their minis, they're going to try and pop their big shield or their flopper, and they're going to try and just basically get off their heels so then it's a more equal fight. What you have to do is you just got to keep applying pressure while they're trying to heal. So if you just keep applying pressure when after you dealt the damage, they're just going to be on the defensive the entire time. They're going to be looking for a way to basically try and survive and pop their shields, so then they kind of get better and have a better chance at winning the fight. When in reality, they should basically be working on and basically just being aggressive, because if they deal the damage after they get hit so bad, well then basically they have the ability to have a heal. Because if they basically just start healing and just keep running away healing, they're never going to be able to deal damage. If they get hit for say 50-60 damage, but then they turn around and snipe you or get some AR damage, then you guys both have to heal. So that's what I recommend to do if you're on the defense. But if you're always on the offense, always dealing the damage and always starting off early by dealing damage, well then trust me, everyone's going to become a lot more defensive and they're not going to be able to fight you because they're going to be so worried about basically healing up. So if you can deal as much damage as early as possible in a fight, trust me, they are going to crumble and they're just going to try and be on the defensive the entire time. And like I said, if this is you and you're on the defense, well basically, unless you're hit for literally 1 HP, just try and apply more pressure towards them and allow yourself to heal, because if you just start healing while they are applying pressure, well you're never going to get that heal off and you're going to be on the defensive the entire end. So hopefully that made sense. I know it's a little bit confusing, but hopefully that did make sense. So probably the biggest thing that allows you to win fights more often and basically do better is you have to be able to predict and be very good at predicting. If you see all the best players in Fortnite, like for example Clicks, Benji Fishy, Mongrel, whoever you're talking about, it looks as if they almost know what the other person's going to do before they do it. And a couple reasons for that is, one, that they played this game so much and have been in so many fights that they basically just know what everyone's going to do, and it allows them to be able to counter them very easily. Now yes, granted, if you haven't played this game as much as them for like 5 months straight, well then yeah, like 5 months, I mean straight playtime, well then yeah, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to you. But basically what I recommend doing is you got to predict by watching them play. So for example, if you're Benji or you're Mongrel, you can basically tell what they're going to do instantly before they even do it, like just by the style of how they move and what they did in the first interaction. But a lot of you, like I said, aren't going to be as good as Mongrel or Benji or them. So what you need to do is predict from after you see. So what I mean about that is basically if the first time you start build fighting them, like for example, if you guys both start ramp rushing each other and you see that they instantly, or if they ramp over you, they cut the ramp in half, well, keep that in mind and be ready for that in the future. If they ever ramp above you or they like box next to you, be aware that they're going to be a little bit more aggressive and they're probably going to try and get a good edit on you, just because instantly you can tell that they're going to edit more. If they ramp above you and instead of editing down they just continue to 90 up and build more, well, be prepared. You're probably fighting an overbuilder and you're going to make sure you either have to break them down, you're going to have to waste your mats, or you're going to have to do something to counter their overbuilding. Let's say you beat them to high ground, and for this example, do they just instantly box up? So they play a little bit more defensive. Do they instantly go for 6,000 high ground retakes like face away in creative? Well, then again, you're probably dealing with an overbuilder, so you got to be prepared for that. It's just about analyzing what your opponent is doing and basically reading it and trying to figure out what they're going to do for the future. So if they do it once, they're more likely so going to do it again. Another example would be if you shot them right off the bat and they're, again, like what we talked about in the first kind of tip, where if they're just trying to run away the entire time and heal, you know if you deal a lot of damage to them, they're just going to either box up or run away and try and heal, so you can be super aggressive. If you shoot them and they instantly shoot back at you and just start ramp rushing you, well, then they're a very aggressive type player, so you got to be prepared for that. You got to be ready and you got to know that they're going to be super aggressive. It's all about analyzing the person you're fighting and trying to learn from them and realize, so you can basically fix what they're doing. Now my next tip is basically being more confident. Now I've talked about this in so many videos and I've made strict videos literally just on becoming confident, and I don't know if you guys have seen them, but if you haven't, I definitely recommend you guys watching them and checking them out. But confidence can get you a long way in almost anything in life, and that includes Fortnite. If you're basically running into a fight and being like, okay, well, I'm going to lose, I'm kind of nervous, right? Well, then you're probably not going to do that good in your fights. If you're running in and you're like, you know what, I'm unreal at Fortnite. I literally can kill everyone in this game. I'm the best player in the world. I'm better than Booga. I'm better than Mongrel. Maybe not that far, but if you do feel like that, well, you're going to do a lot better if you literally just think you are the best player, because trust me, your confidence is going to go through the roof and you're going to feel a lot better while taking fights or basically just fighting anyone in the game. So trust me, confidence goes a long way, and if you can have a if you can have a ton of confidence while you're taking a fight, trust me, you're going to do a lot better than the person who's not confident taking the fight. So this next tip is actually something you can literally do in creative to help you improve and win more fights, and this is literally just basically build fight and box fight more, 1v1 and box fighting. These will help you so much in game, because basically nowadays every single fight either ends up in a quick build fight where it's basically not really as much whoever gets a high ground. Now it's whoever kind of blocks the other person and can edit downwards on them, or it comes to a box fight where the person either low or who doesn't like build fighting just boxes up instantly. So it really only comes down to these two things. Obviously you'll still get kills by picking people off or whatever the case is, but for the majority of them, they're gonna be box fights and build fights. So what you can do is literally just go into Discord, find someone or find your buddy and basically practice box fighting and build fighting, and trust me, you will get way better at winning fights or just taking fights in general, because it's basically all of these fights nowadays are either build fights or box fights. Now this last tip is kind of a small one, and it's kind of situational, but I think it is really important, and I basically found this one out when I was watching VOD reviewing Benji. And basically what it is a lot of people, like I said, if you get hit, they just decide to dip and try to run away, or they box up or something. What Benji would do is if he ever was not the first aggressor, like if he got hit with a sniper or something like that, he would quickly pop a mini and then he'd box up. But as he was boxing up, he'd look like he'd run away. So basically he'd edit out of his box and start like building a wall and running away. So as the other person was thinking he'd run away, Benji would loop back towards his first box and basically allow him him to get as much damage off and deal a couple of AR shots or even a snipe sometime because the other person thought he was running away when in reality he was just looping back around and getting a good damage shot. So if you guys enjoyed this video, if you did, make sure you slap a like button on it, comment what you want to see for a future video, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Make sure you use creator code WraithFN in the item shop. Peace it, guys.